Welcome to Learn Guitar with Drew. Today we're going to take a look at how to take chromaticism and put it into your pentatonic scale licks and runs. It's really cool. Let's take a look. Alright, so what I'm doing here is playing the pentatonic scale that we know and love, but I'm throwing chromatic notes into the scale. So if you look at your pentatonic scale in the first position, the first way to do this would be to play the blues scale. Throwing that flat 5 into the scale. So that would be an example of chromaticism, but I'm going beyond that. That's just throwing one note in. So the first example, I'm playing major pentatonic instead of minor. So I'm playing the same scale, but starting here on the G note instead. And this is actually called the Bluegrass Scale. So it's like the blues scale. Throwing the same note in that you throw in for the blues scale, but we're going to call it the green note instead of the blue note. So that looks like this. I'm putting that note here. What that is I'm playing the minor third, then the major third of the scale, which is a cool sound. So I'm playing over F and G here. Sort of the Rambling Man, Allman Brothers chords in the bag. So if I play this pentatonic scale, the major pentatonic scale, it sounds like this, which is all right. Now, what if I do that with 16th notes? Tippy, 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 tippy. So if I play this bluegrass scale, it sounds like this. Hear that? Note thrown in there. So that would be like. But I'm going beyond that. I'm doing that, and then I'm throwing in other notes as well. So you can really throw in any note you want to within the confines of the scale. You just have to land on the chord tones, sort of on the prominent beats. So I'll show you that as an example. If I play this, maybe down here's a better way to do it. I'm going laka taka 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 taka. There's a video on the channel right here about how to play with what I call the beat pulse and the phrase pulse, which is learning how to have that beat in your soloing, laka taka 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 taka, which is really great to lock into that for playing fast, but also just to be able to have a solid sense of rhythm with your soloing. So if I take this idea and put this over top of these chords, which is our F and G, the Rambling Man chord, it sounds like this. Slowly that was. So I could go the other direction. It's such a cool sound. You could do this anywhere. I could do it up here. I changed that one a little bit there. I'm kind of improvising, so I kind of changed it just a little bit, but I still made it fit within the confines of what I'm trying to do. So this is kind of baked in the cake here with this style of playing, the Dickie Betts sort of sounding thing, where I'm going to laka taka 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 with this chromaticism. So that was just pentatonic. Now I'll throw some chromatic notes into it. I'll do that again. It's such a cool sound. Now, I could also do this in a jazz setting. I could do it in a blues setting. It really works anywhere. It's kind of all over a lot of stuff that I do. In my world, I'm either playing really wide open intervals with big soaring lines, or this really kind of tight chromatic sounding thing as well. So it's all over my most recent album, Bold Horizon. I play tons of lines like this over the jazz songs and over the blues sounding songs as well. If you're enjoying today's lesson on how to throw chromaticism into the pentatonic scale, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. And in the comment section down below, you'll find links to my websites and other guitar resources. Here's a rhythm with an E minor chord, E minor 7, this D chord and this C chord. And I'm going to show you how it sounds over like a slower minor sounding thing. So throughout that entire thing there, I was playing 16th notes again. Like I took a 2, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. You can do it faster with like 30-second note triplets and whatever, but the whole idea is to learn how to kind of surf over this. So if you can't play it at that speed, do something slower. Just practice your pentatonic scales. So do them very slowly, throwing chromatic notes into your scales. The major pentatonic scale, the minor pentatonic scale. Both of these examples were showing you how it sounds over major and how it sounds over minor. And also kind of different tempos. One was a little faster, one was a little slower. It works over something jazzy. If you play something jazzy, you want to play like a jazz line. Something like that. I threw some chromaticism into that. Bluesy, if I go. It's more specific to some of the chord tones of the dominant 7th chord, but the whole idea is it's still chromaticism. So I would recommend experimenting with the scale and trying to play this very slowly at first and make these notes work for you. You'll know if you're not doing it right. It just won't sound right. It'll sound really bad. If it sounds bad to your ear, it's probably not good. So if I'm going like this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and I could go 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. So you don't always have to go exactly in a straight line. You could go down then up. Like that. You could do different things. It's kind of whatever you want to do. Just play your regular pentatonic scale and throw chromatic notes into it. And learn how to make that work with that beat pulse and that phrase pulse. So you're accenting the notes that are in the scale, not the notes that are the chromatic notes. Just take your time and build this. It takes some practicing and some experimenting and some trial and error, but it'll get better. And before you know it, it's going to be something that you have in your arsenal for soloing. All right, so hopefully this was helpful for you. The pentatonic scale is great in and of itself, but sometimes it can be kind of predictable and possibly even boring. So it's pretty neat to be able to take these other notes and throw them in between the notes and get some more character and some more pizzazz out of your guitar solos. Okay, I'll see you at the next lesson.